So my family's on TikTok. It's new to everybody else. If you don't know who I am, I don't know if YouTube is actually hearing me. See if they can hear the mic. Testing 1 2. Give me a second to make sure they're listening. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. They do hear. Okay. So we doing our thing here. What's up? What's going on, Atlanta girl? So I'm excited. I told you guys about what I was doing, right? And so I ended up uh, joining the organization I told you guys I was going to be joining. That's going to be finding so many black, brilliant entrepreneurs. And I'm excited that I'm a part of it. I can't wait to go to the club. And it's like a membership club, some exclusive membership club that I found here in LA. They have one in Atlanta and they have one in Washington, D.C. You don't understand how excited I am. Hey, Deborah, to be able to go and talk to black, brilliant people. And all of us are, don't get me wrong, but I'm talking about the ones who are making history today that we don't know anything about, that we need to know more about. And so you've seen me over the years, the past 3 years, if you've been with me on TikTok, and some of you guys on YouTube and Instagram. This is my biggest place right here. Uh, what's that? You CD-ROM the DMV? Huh? I don't know what that means. Is that something I should know? But anyway, so that's what we do with Black Dollar Fund. It's focused on creating opportunities and building wealth for Black communities. This Saturday, we will be going live on a Zoom to actually speak to you. I want to start. I want to see your faces if I can, and talk to you and take your questions about what I'm doing. Like earlier today, I went. What's up, Willie? Willina? I went earlier today. I went live. I went live. I went on a Grow with Google. If you don't know anything about Grow with Google, uh, it's grow dot I think Google grow dot Google, something like that. If you don't have a particular gig going on, or if you want to be in tech, or maybe you're just not really good at tech, but you want to possibly work for Google, it's a really good program. They have a bunch of different opportunities for people to get jobs and stuff like that that don't even know how to program. You don't have to know. And they still start at high rates, like, like 50 grand a year and up. I mean, starting out. And I interviewed a brother, which I'm gonna end up putting him on my one of my channels, either my YouTube or whatever. But I interviewed a brother that's there that gave the inside scoop on how he went from making, whatever it was at the very beginning, to making over 300 and something $1,000 or whatever it is a year. And it's an amazing journey that he has. And this brother is really good and a really good educator. And I want you guys to know who he is, what he does, follow him on LinkedIn, whatever. If you have any kind of questions, shoot it at him. I don't know for sure he'll respond back, but trust, if you get to me, I try my damnedest to get the answer for you. You feel me? That's what I'm here for, to be that intermediary, to hook people up, because I want to see people shine. It's not about me, it's a we thing. So grow with Google, check that out. Tell your kids too, if they don't have a necessary gig going on right now, or they like tech but they just don't know whether they're smart enough for it. They are. Trust and believe. They are. There's a lot of people making 300 grand and all they're doing is answering phones, people. I'm telling you, it's insane. Especially like at a TikTok and so forth. It's insane how much you can make. And our people don't know nothing about it. So please go to Grow with Google. Yes, Grow with Google. Let me go ahead and make sure I got that. Grow with Google. If you type it, will it give you the exact line? Because I want to Grow with Google. Let's see what it shows. Yep, it's grow.google. If you type in Grow with Google, you'll get grow.google. That's where it's at. Grow.google. And it's all about, some of it's about certifications and so forth, but um, you can really kind of like find your niche. They have jobs on there as well. You don't have to necessarily get a certificate, but I was a part of a my first hackathon. Brother didn't know what he's doing. My business is all about investing in black people, but they wanted me to be a it was a black owned company called Data 360, and they wanted me to be like a judge. And so I agreed, and because I wanted to help out black brilliant people, so I was going for it. And I learned a lot. That really wasn't my niche, but it was something where I got to be able to help out as much as I could. And so I found out a lot of information that is very helpful to Black people. And I posted it a while back ago when I was a part of that organization. And now I'm just letting you know, grow with Google. But anyway, I was there earlier today. And if anybody, I don't know if YouTube people are still seeing it, or nobody's even looking at it on YouTube. Um, but it's up, Jazzy Peach. But the whole thing is that I was in this meeting today, and I put a video out on TikTok and probably on YouTube, TikTok as well as IG, and it was on YouTube, and they had like a webinar, and the room was filled with Black brilliant people. I was just watching them converse and so forth. And one of the things I realized, um, kind of quick, it was that a lot of our people are unaware of opportunities that come their way. They're so focused or laser focused on one thing. And if you come with something else, they don't see it because they still looking this way. How many times I've told you guys that you got to live in the moment. Quit having that tunnel vision in the moment. When you are around people that can lift you, can help you rise, live in that moment. Stop. Oh, I got to talk to him and I got to talk to her and I got to. You mess up your whole vibe because you just laser focused on talking to someone else when a blessing standing right in front of you. And that's what happened today. I was trying my best to be a blessing to these brothers and sisters. And I was saying, hey, I invest in Black people and I want to know more about you. I have 136,000 followers. I want to be able to promote you for free. Because why? Because I do that for my people. That's what I'm here for. That's it. I'm the vessel to be able to do that. And as I grow, I'll continue to promote you. I want you to grow. All this love and positivity. And they did not budge. Not a one responded to me. I didn't get mad, but like I said on IG, I was frustrated. I was like, how is it that I'm telling these brilliant brothers and sisters that them trying to do what they're doing right now, getting with Google, is an awesome thing? Because I've already really done it. And I was listening to them go through the whole process, but I was like, they're not going to invest in you. I didn't say that to them. They're not thinking about investing in you. They're just thinking about giving you knowledge and having you come on and buy their individual products or join their individual product for free for some of them, for pay for others. And that's awesome. You got to be able to grow your company. But in that process, it's like, I know you guys got bills. I know you got things you got to deal with. We want to invest in you. We want to talk to you. We have a platform. Let's get it. Nobody responded. I was like, wow, not a soul. At the very end, when the comments were still rolling, the actual event was over, and it was only about it was hundreds of people probably in this room. It was only probably about a good 10 of them sitting there still chatting at the end. Oh, you guys are great. Let me follow you on Instagram. I said, follow me on Instagram. I did this like I was on there for an hour and a half. I did this for an hour and a half, back to back to back. I waited about 10 minutes, put that same thing back in there. Black Dollar Fund, check it out. I have a resource to be able to put all Black businesses on a platform so that we can all do it. I have over 136,000 people that I'm willing to talk to people all over the world if I have to about your Black Brilliant product and be able to put you on a platform so that everybody can see you. Not a thing. I gave them my personal email. Not a one person emailed me. I was like, wow. So I said, okay, I don't know what it is that's going on, but obviously it's my problem, right? It's not theirs. I got to deal with what is it? Is it my messaging that's off? And I also realize that sometimes our people don't see great opportunities because society has made us understand that if it's too good to be true, it's not true. And I'm one of those people who doesn't believe in that only when it's gimmicky. But this isn't a gimmick. It's very simple. You know what I'm saying? So, but I get it. It's a trust factor. People have to get to trust me. People on TikTok, y'all understand who I am. People on IG don't know who I am. Probably ain't even showing up again. And I just started doing this. This is my first time. I went live on IG earlier for the first time. And YouTube, this is like, I think my second time going live. So it's building an audience. But my TikTok people, you guys understand what I'm talking about. This world in which I've envisioned has us in the forefront, not in the background, has our brilliance shining, not dusty. You know what I'm saying? So I've been so excited today because I told you guys, I think people have been burned so many times and are afraid to fail or change. You're right, Atlanta girl. And that's what I thought. That's why I said I didn't get mad because I understand that we have been failed so many times that we can't recognize a good thing when we see it because the things that have always like been that we've the things that we have accomplished have been like hell to get to. And so when something comes to us a little too easy, we don't know about that. And I understand it. That's the way this world has worked for me as well. But I refuse to live like that for our people because there's no way for us to get ahead if we got to worry about every other person taking us down. I don't care about all that stuff. It's about really trying to help as many people as I possibly can in the amount of time that I have left on this planet. That's it. And I get it. What's up, James? And so that's why I focus on this. But I told you guys that I started a platform called Black Unity to be able to get us to unify. Black Dollar Fund is about investing in us, about educating us, which I have a blog that I'm starting on that to be able to have the education aspect, whether it be mental health, physical health, financial health, personal development, all that type of stuff to make us just help us become better, period. Personally, not my standard of better, your own standard of better. Like you understand that we all are growing and that we're all getting better. Now, how old we are, if we're not still evolving, then we pretty much have already died and we're just waiting for the grave to come. Other than that, you should be always evolving and being a better person every day. And so that's what that platform is going to be about. And then you got Black Unity. Again, that's a social network that I'm building that's all about us coming together, talking, chatting. People who are in my room on TikTok understand this, for the lack of a better term, love fest for one another. It's like it's for human being and humankind. We just love. And it's not anything where it's like you owe me something for it. It's just reality. You don't need to be in competition with everybody you run into. You can all win. It's not like there's limitless. I mean, it's not like a limit on what you can have. It's limitless. And so once you start to understand that and believe that, your life starts to change a little bit. And so Black Unity, I'm starting this brand and I went looking for like sweaters, hoodies, t-shirts, like sweats and stuff like that. Uh, and I just want, like I told you guys, I want quality. I want something a little bit better. So I'm touching the fabric and I'm having a good time with it. And then y'all just don't know. Again, it's Black Boy Joy stuff. Y'all just don't get it. I mean, I'm telling you, it brings tears to my eyes. I'm so excited. So, all these different brands that because I've been telling you about this for a few months and I just been like, I haven't told you about every little step. But I want to share as much as I can with these different steps. But so, I got the logo, I got all the stuff that I want to do, and I'm thinking about this, full on. And so I became excited about the fact when today I was looking at some brands, that I can be able to purchase overseas, and all of them were like from like China, Indonesia, Malaysia. Some of them were like in Brazil, and when I ran across, excuse me, I'm on my lip. When I ran across, what was it, Kenya, and I ran across Ethiopia, and then I touched the fabric. I was like, "Oh, this shit is good." I was so excited, like a little kid. I was excited. I ain't going nowhere else, baby. This is all black. I'm going straight. I ain't going to China, and I can't. I don't know what these organizations that I mean, I got to do research on them. I just found them today, but I'm gonna get all the fabric to be made from Ethiopia, Kenya, and I'm looking for a place in Nigeria. This is gonna be from black from the ground until it gets to your home. Nobody else is getting a piece of it. I'm not putting it through no organization that's gonna make more money than black people are gonna make off of it. Why? Because this is for Black people. We needed this and always have needed this. And so not just my brand, I want my brothers and sisters through Black Dollar Fund to be able to invest in what you guys want to do. That's what it's all about. And it ain't about me taking all of your business. I said I'm building generational wealth for Black people, not just this Black person. It's a we thing, not a me thing. So whatever brands you have, I don't want 100% of it. I'm not a shark. I don't like that type of thing. I take less than like 1 to 10% at the most, depends on what we invest. You keep 90%, keep 97, whatever. I want you to win. It ain't got jack to do with me. It has everything to do with you. What God placed in you belongs to you. And how many times in history have they robbed the shit out of us just so they can have our gifts, our wisdom? I've been teaching Black American history from a Black brilliant perspective because I don't believe in Black history. Ain't no such thing. It's American history here. We've been here since day one. It ain't separated. This is American history, and we are Black and brilliant, and we've been in it since day one. It ain't like we came after it was developed. We built this shit. So it is our country just as much as anybody else. I'm not a visitor here. I'm at home. This is where I'm at. But I really, again, my motherland, it wasn't their fault I'm here. So that's why I'm going there to buy my products and nowhere else. Not China, not Malaysia, not Brazil, straight to Africa. Because either way, I'm helping my people. And it makes me so happy, so excited that I can be able to give to my people in all ways through one brand. But that's just the brand, Black Unity. Black Dollar Fund is all about investing in your dreams. You shouldn't have to die with your dream. You know, you should be able to benefit and keep the ownership of whatever it is God placed in you. I don't deserve to have what God placed in you. Not at all. I shouldn't have ownership of what God placed in you. I should be happy that what God gave you, you benefit from. If that had been true in history, someone that came around in history and did that for us back then, there would be no one else but Black people owning potato chips. There wouldn't be no Lays. Black people created potato chips, if you didn't know that. Wasn't a white person, wasn't Lays, wasn't Ruffles. It's a Black person. Him and his sister and his Koyas created potato chips. You never heard that, I'm sure. Not unless you listen to what's on TikTok. You sure as hell didn't learn it from school. Not unless your family taught you, which you were blessed to be able to have that. I didn't have that. All right. So it's about time we get loved on for what we do. It's about time we get supported for what we create. It's about time. And that's what I'm doing. Creating opportunities for Black people. And the more people who join with my Black Dollar Fund, which is roughly $3, $10, $25 a month, goes into a pot. And I invested into Black brilliant people. So far, we've invested into 3 Black people. If you haven't heard of these brilliant people, Jego Pods, Jego Pods with an S, PODS.com. Check it out. A brother, he was raised in New York, but he's Nigerian. Frederick Apajane, the only and the first in history Black man to own an autonomous vehicle company, manufacturing company. You can go look at him on LinkedIn and you can see this futuristic vehicle this brother has built. It started from scratch in an idea. And I was lucky enough to befriend this young man after I invested in him. He was so appreciative. And he is just a gentleman, a scholar. I am excited to be not only an investor, but a part of his life. We've sat down and talked across from one another, and I got to know him. So I'm connected to him, and therefore, you are connected to me. You are connected to him. It's just that simple. I always wonder why people always kept, their knowledge of stuff and never shared it. It was greed. It was disrespectful to me because why would you die with all that and have your family and friends start from ground zero. It's your job to pay it back, not to take it with you. It makes no sense. It never did to me. It really never did to me. Why would you take all that you've learned and die with it and leave your people behind learning how to do it again? That's almost like saying back in the day, caveman, one of them learned how to build fire and said the F with everybody else, let them die in the cold. I'm just gonna sit in this cave with my own fire. I ain't sharing it. What kind of nonsense is that? What kind of evil is that? To take it with you. People don't understand, man. We are not the only thing on this planet, and we're not going to be here forever. And those we leave behind, whether it be family, friends, or anyone else, we got to progress the world, not regress it. And people who fall in love with just money and not the people who just want to use that money to have a better life, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. But I look at it from me personally, I'd rather see you shine. Now, when I was in my 20s, I was busting my butt, got in the entertainment industry, was making money, doing other stuff like that. And I had my own thing. I loved people, but I was like, oh yeah, I gotta get it, gotta get it, gotta get it, hustle, hustle, hustle. And when I got it, I was still empty. Why? Because I wasn't making any difference to anybody's life but my own. And I realized when I died, I wouldn't leave anybody anything except for to my family. And how selfish is that for me to live and be blessed enough to make it to this planet? There were so many sperms that could have got to that egg. And I was so blessed enough to be that one. And then when I get here, I shat on everybody and died. Wow. What a waste of a life. What a waste of a life. And so I choose not to waste it. I choose to increase it, to build upon it. And so that's what we do. And so I'm having a good time with it. And today I just wanted to share that I'm literally doing this all black and from the motherland, like it started to here. And so the Black Unity brand uh, is moving forward. And I'll share the logo. I'll post it. I'll share the logo. The logo is just a word, but here's the thing: it's like it's Black Unity, period, and like there's a period at the end of it, and that period means something. It's not just sitting there, but it just means like what we always say. That's it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Black unity. There is no up and down, semi unity, possible unity. It's Black unity, period. That's it. I won't be satisfied for nothing else but Black unity. And that means for us to unify around issues that we all face. We don't have to unify around our politics. Be divided all you want about that. You don't have to unify about our religion. Be all divided if you want to be about that. But if you look at yourself in the mirror and you realize that you're black, you got the same issues as I do, regardless of what party you belong to, regardless of what religion you belong to. Racism doesn't stop at your religion, nor does it even start at your religion. It starts with this and people who just don't like it. Ask yourself why. Why don't they like it? I've seen videos on TikTok. I saw this beautiful young girl who was in tears. I don't know, we probably say it went viral last year or something like that. And she was sitting in her car and basically in tears asking, what did we ever do to you guys? What did we ever do? Why do we deserve this? And it was so sad to see that young girl really genuinely asking, why is this hell for me? And why? What did I ever and what did black people ever do to you? And I know why, because she went back and looked in history and there's nothing we've ever done. We've never done anything to them. Not a thing. We've only been done stuff too, and we still have a loving heart. And we still fight for equality. And we still rise. But now it's about time coming together and rising together, helping one another. I don't have to be in competition with you. Like someone mentioned to me, this brother mentioned to me, he said, you're starting this black unity, period. You know what I'm saying? And what about there's a brand right now, man. They're focusing on black and anything like that. And he's like, yeah. He said, yeah, it's and he was trying to tell me what it was, and then he said it was you know, um, actively black. And I said, I love that. I ain't in competition with nobody. People don't quite understand. I want that brother to rise, if not higher than I'll ever rise. I don't care about competition. There's nothing wrong with that. I had to tell this brother, I said, you got to understand something, my brother. The idea that you just came up with, and no disrespect to you, because I love you, is that mentality of slavery. See, you think it's only one slave that can get free while the rest of us must be enslaved. Because I have never heard anybody say, why did Calvin Klein come out? Because Nike's already here. Why did, uh, Dell come out? Microsoft was already here. The reason why you even had that question to pose is because you have a sense of lack. There's enough for 5 million black owned brands and to get it good too for their lives. You act like there's only supposed to be one on the block. And you act like we can't support each other. We can. Did you know that Microsoft bailed out Apple? Apple wouldn't even be here anymore. They were going broke. Bill Gates funded Apple to stay alive. His friend, who passed away, the CEO of Apple, he infused them with cash to stay alive. Steve Jobs. Yet my brother here was worried about me competing with another brand. I said, I'm not competing with them. I applaud them. I'm happy for them. And regardless, I will wear their products. So even if I have my own, they don't have to cross and wear but my product. Care what they do. It's what I do. And I set the example. And we all should be setting that example. What's up, Joseph? My boy Joseph is online right now. You the only one listen to me on Instagram, my brother. But so that's my boy for life. But so that's what it's all about. Being able to lift our people, period. Point blank, period. And I have no qualms. I love uh dealing with, you know, all black brands. I don't have any competition with them. I applaud them. You'll never hear me pushing any of them down, not a one. Uh, like for instance, Greenwood Bank. I joined that as a part of this other group, the Gathering Spot, and I did my research on it. And at first, I was hesitant to be able to join it, and the reason why is because I went to Greenwood Bank. It's an app company, right? With the brother, I think it's Andrew Johnson and Killer Mike and the other guy. I can't remember his name right now. Used to be one. Johnson used to be the president, not president, but the governor of Atlanta. I think governor or mayor of Atlanta. I think you know Atlanta girl, but anyway, uh, they were doing their thing, and so I started doing my research, and I realized it says black owned bank. It's not black owned bank. It's not. The bank is all white. I don't even see one black person on the board. All white. But the reason why I continue to join is because I understand that my brothers and sisters are doing their best. There aren't really a lot of outlets for us to be able to connect, and we're going to need, some white allies to get where we need to go. And so these brothers are doing their best, and they're doing their best for us as a people because they're doing things the standard way, the typical way, trying to work within the system. And the system is mostly owned by rich white people. And so they get these rich white people to actually be the bank, but the actual tech company is all black. So it's a black tech company where the CEOs, the investors, and all that pretty much all black, but they had to be attached to a bank, and they're attached to a white community bank at that, which means that the money that's going into that bank is basically going to benefit that white community because they're going to be lending to that community. But like I said, our brothers and sisters who are out there doing things, they have to work within the system until there's a system that's built for them. And that's what I'm doing. So I have no, like I said, you won't see me say anything negative about them. I will tell the truth, but that's why I still join because they're doing something as opposed to nothing. Didn't really respect the fact that they didn't let you know that. You had to look at the fine print. I mean, I want to be honest with all y'all. You know what I'm saying? What I'm doing is pure honesty, transparency. You can do the research on me and all that. And if you got any questions, like I said, on Saturday at 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'll be doing a Zoom, and you can go to TikTok. If you have TikTok, I'll try and put it up on the other platforms and one of the comments or something like that as well. The link to it on YouTube and also on Instagram, so you guys will be able to connect and be able to see what I'm talking about. And we can talk in person over, well, as close as person as possible on Zoom. And you can ask me any questions, be as transparent as possible. Ask me whatever it is you need to ask. And I want to get to know you because why? Because how can I help people I don't know? So therefore, you can come, talk to me, get to know me, uh, and then we can be able to move on with this and move forward. But I really just wanted to let you guys know that the brand that I'm building, the products going to be built and designed Ethiopia or Nigeria or Kenya. It's going to go. It's Black Unity, so I don't see anybody else really wanting to wear a Black Unity product except for probably Black people. So it's for Black people and by us. So I look forward to being able to put that out. And like I said, I'll put the actual brand logo, the way it's going to be designed. I'll post it probably after this live and just let you know I'm for you. I'm by you because I'm one of you. And forever, as long as this soul is alive, I love y'all. And I know what you've been through. And I want to do my best to be able to fix it. As my boy Joseph knows, I'm an avid solutionist. I love to start solutions for people, for myself. And that's what I focus on. Sometimes, despite myself, because I want to solve it for you. It may not be best for me, but if I can solve a problem for you, that makes me happy. Right? Got to start somewhere. So that's where, for me, like I said, that's like for being like in Ethiopia, Kenya, Nigeria, that's the only places that I'm in. Africa is the only place I'm gonna be buying my products. I didn't realize they were doing products like that. I had no clue. I was unaware. And today when I found out, it clicked. It's like there's no other way. There's no other way. I'm not going to any other country. Why would I do that to my own people? Especially since I found out I'm part Nigerian, a small part. I'm a big part Nigerian, uh, like 48%. Then Kenyan, I'm like 1% or something like that, point whatever. Um, I'm not Ethiopian, but a lot of Ethiopians think I'm Ethiopian for some reason. But yeah, so I want to be able to support that as well as support America and all that. So I'm excited about that, and I want to share that with y'all. So anybody have any questions? Are you welcome for us to be a part of this journey? Are you welcome, Jazzy Peach? I love the fact that you guys are here and being a part of this whole process. And like I said, I'll show you throughout the whole process, and hopefully, I inspire some of you to step into your purpose because this is mine. I've known it since I was a kid. Like I told you guys before, I was looking at Michael Jackson, and I'm from Indiana, so I was looking at Michael Jackson as a kid, wondering like, why aren't they coming back to help the community? You know what I'm saying? I'm a kid, okay? I understand now that it was a wide-eyed dream or whatever, but it was in my heart since then. I'm 52, and it's been in my heart since then. So obviously, it's what God wanted me to do. So that's what I do. You kind of look Ethiopian. Yeah, I tell you, I fool other Ethiopian people. I remember back in the day, I was working on Paramount Lot here in LA, and there used to be a like Subway type of place, like Quiznos, I think it was called at the time. Quiznos. I don't know if they're still around now, but it was Quiznos. But this one was owned by Ethiopians. So one day I went to this place like religiously, and the girls behind the counter will always be looking at me kind of like, turning their head, trying to, and I didn't know what it was about, but they was basically trying to find out if I was Ethiopian. So they would just turn their head and look at me, and then they say something to their coworker in Ethiopia, whatever language Ethiopian is. They say it, and they just keep talking back and forth. Then look at me to see if if I recognize what they were saying. Yeah, and they would just shake their head like, doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? And then, hey Lisa, how you doing? So till one day I came back in, and one of the girls said, she started speaking to me like in the language. And I said, I'm not African. She said, you look Ethiopian. I thought you was something, something. She called it from some tribe or whatever. And it was hilarious. We just all laughed. All the people behind the counter laughed. They're like, he looked like family and shit. It was hilarious. I said, I am your family. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have to speak the language. I'm still your family. Pushing me to walk in my purpose and my greatness. Definitely continue to walk in your purpose and your greatness. I'm telling you, people, you don't know how brilliant you are until, like, I was telling my friend Joseph about meditation. I've been telling you guys about it as well. You don't know like what it is about you that makes you tick until you start to step into your own like purpose in your own mind. Think about things just about you. Get into that quiet moment and just think about things just about you. We've been taught to not be quote unquote selfish, that it's a negative thing. And that's why a lot of times we haven't taken care of self, because we feel guilty about taking care of self. And that makes no sense, because that's all you got is self. You came into this world by yourself, and more than likely, you're going to leave it alone. So you need to take care of what it is that makes you you. And sometimes we got to find out what that is, because we've been trained to not even know who we are. You know what I mean? So it's been suppressed and oppressed and all that. So when you take time to like meditate or just sit in silence, and my boy actually, I'm ratting on you, Joseph, but he finds peace when he hears music, hears water in the shower. He finds his answers in the shower, and that's usually a calming situation where you have, water trickling down, and you really have a peaceful moment. Because when we meditate, you listen to my music, you almost always, not always, but most of the time, you have that type of noise where you have water, and the river and stuff like that, or whatever it may be, a waterfall on top of the 528 megahertz sounds, helps you tap into like a natural state. So he doesn't even know he meditating and shit in the shower. He don't know it, but he is. So anyway, love you, dog. But so this is a great thing. I'm excited to be able to share that with y'all. So today, that's what I found out. So I'll be like sourcing some of these materials and trying to get them from Ethiopia, Nigeria. I haven't got one from Nigeria yet, but I'll be looking it up right after I get finished live, and Kenya. And so I can't wait to start that process. And then also with Black Dollar Fund, this Saturday, you guys can come check it out. For members, it'll be 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And for people who have questions, it'll be at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So on Saturday. What date is that? Make sure people like, I know how you got to hear things sometimes. I hear it. That'll be February the 25th, this Saturday. All right. So I'm gonna sit here for a minute with my TikTok people, because on Instagram I can't play music. They won't allow it. They just kick a butt off. And the same thing with YouTube. They don't allow it. So, and only one person showed it into YouTube, but they liked it. So they click like. It's good enough for me. So I'll say goodbye to the YouTube whenever they see this. But we'll end that stream. All right, cool.